she'll continue this. So she breathes once, and then she's doing some pectoral slapping. So she's a bit active here. I don't know if she'll continue to be. These surface activities that humpback whales can do, we're not sure why they do them. Could be a form of communication to other whales in the area. Because humpback whales, when they want to communicate to each other, they use their bodies to create loud sounds. Perfect rainbow. See how beautiful and white that tail is on the underside? She is gorgeous. But like I said, she's got mostly white on the underside of her belly, but we'll keep her eyes off the right side. Just amazing to see such a large humpback whale, just even at the surface in general. You'll see that she is quite a bit bigger. She doesn't smell any better, but she's quite a bit bigger than Sword is. I was going to say, I apologize for the stinky whales today. It's all part of the experience. But Fan, I would say, if I had to guess, she's one of the larger females in this population, so she's probably close to 90,000 pounds. She is enormous. She was actually a mom 2 years ago, so she could be pregnant at this time. The females have calves every 2 to 3 years. Just like Sword too, Fan is one of the whales that's typically seen during the summertime up in Bar Harbor. She spends a lot of time.
Jump, baby, jump.
So she's just traveling along here. She might be sometimes doing what's called a sounding dive. So when whales are subsurface traveling, here she comes again. Sometimes they don't lift their tails all the way. That perfect rainbow. You can see the exhale just migrating towards us. That's where the stench is. Yeah. Alright, we'll do one more because why not? She's the best. You can see just that perfect rain glow. It's amazing. And her tail is so gorgeous. She's only staying out for a few minutes, but we are slowly running out of time, but we want to grab just another look at her here. And then you can see, like I said, we're really close to home with the coastline of Rockport as well as Gloucester. On the left-hand side, you can see the twin lights of Thatcher Island. I get asked quite a bit about those lighthouses as we're making our way out, and you can probably see them from a distance. Thatcher Island and the Twin Lights, it's an iconic island. The Great Colonial Hurricane, which is the strongest storm on record, gets its name because there were 23 people in 1635 on a boat called the Watch and Wait trying to sail from Ipswich to Marblehead. Little did they know they were sailing right into the Great Colonial Hurricane, which is still the strongest hurricane on record, and unfortunately that ship crashed along the rocks and everybody went in the water. So it was Reverend Anthony Thatcher, his wife, John Avery, and his 4 children, and then the crew members on board. And miraculously, Reverend Anthony Thatcher and his wife were washed ashore, and they were marooned on the rocks for 3 days before they could be rescued, but their children did perish as well as everybody else on board. And so they get the name Thatcher Island because of the Thatcher family. Of course, Anthony Thatcher and his wife never went back to visit because they were pretty traumatized. They did find their daughter, and she is buried on the island. Originally, the 2 lighthouses that you see off at 10 o'clock were wooden, but that doesn't stand the test of time, so they actually built them out of granite. And there's 2 of them for a couple of reasons. Could represent Anthony Thatcher and his wife, but it also acts like a compass. And so as you ride along, the north light will actually get eclipsed by the south light, and that actually marks a compass due north and due south. So fishermen can check their compass as they're moving up the coast or moving down the coast, and then from the north, the north light will eclipse the south light, and that's due south. So that's something off in the distance. If you go to Loblolly Cove in Rockport, you can actually see it. It's owned by the town of Rockport. You can go get another great look at it there as well. But as we wait for her here, I thought I'd point that out, because we oftentimes get lots of questions about that. So next time she comes up, we'll actually try to get her on the port side or left side, for those on the left side, and that way we can see her with Thatcher Island in the distance.